Hello everyone and welcome to Burn Your Books, Open Your Mind. I am your friend and host BYBOYM and you are watching Foundation for NEET. In our journey in life processes, digestion and absorption, today's topic is Physiology of Digestion of Food. Do you know how food is digested? Or where is food digested? Or even what digestion is? So before understanding digestion, let us recall some facts. All naturally occurring food is ultimately composed of molecules that are coming from cells. A cell comprises 50 to 70% water. Other than water, the major components in a cell are protein, carbohydrates, lipids, nucleic acids, and ions. Protein, carbohydrates, lipids, and nucleic acids are all macromolecules, and they can be broken down into their simple counterparts of which they are made of. Protein can be broken down into amino acids, carbohydrates into monosaccharides, lipids into glycerol and fatty acids, and nucleic acids such as DNA and RNA can be broken down into nucleotides and nucleosides. Now coming back to our question, what is digestion? In layman terms, digestion means breaking down. In relation to life processes, the process of digestion is the breaking down of food composed of macromolecules into micromolecules. Macromolecules are large-sized molecules that can be broken down into simpler molecules known as micromolecules. Now, this digestion or breaking down is achieved through both mechanical as well as chemical processes. The mechanical aid is provided by the churning of food with the teeth and the peristaltic movement of the smooth muscles of the gastrointestinal tract to churn the food and push it forward. The chemical aid involves a number of mechanisms such as the use of enzymes, use of low pH of the stomach to digest food particles. Now screenshot time. Coming back to our question, where is food digested and how is food digested? Digestion of macromolecules such as carbohydrate, protein and lipid occur as the food moves along the digestive tract. The regions in the alimentary canal where significant digestive activity occurs are the oral cavity, stomach, and the small intestine. So let us look at the digestion of food in the oral cavity. In the oral cavity, the chemical process of digestion is initiated due to the hydrolytic action of the carbohydrate digesting enzyme salivary amylase, which is also known as ptyalin. The optimum pH or optimum temperature is a range or set of values at which the enzyme activity is maximum. For salivary amylase, the optimum pH is 6.8, at which it hydrolyzes about 30% of starch into a disaccharide maltose. Disaccharide here means that maltose is composed of two monosaccharide units. Screenshot time. Now moving ahead, let us look at the digestion of food in the stomach. The stomach receives bolus from the esophagus and mixes it thoroughly with the gastric juice containing mucus, hydrochloric acid, pepsin, and a weak lipase enzyme. HCl present in the food, apart from inactivating saliva and serving as an antibacterial agent, it also serves to activate the proenzyme pepsinogen into pepsin. This here means that pepsinogen is not the active form, whereas pepsin is the active form. Pepsin hydrolyzes proteins into peptides and peptones. A lipase enzyme hydrolyzes small amount of fats into fatty acids and glycerol, although the activity of gastric lipase is quite limited. Screenshot time. So this was all about digestion of food in the stomach. Now let us look at the digestion of food in the small intestine. The small intestine is the site of complete digestion of carbohydrate, protein and fats. The secretions poured into the small intestine are the bile juice, the pancreatic juice and the intestinal juice. The bile juice provides alkaline medium and emulsifies large fat globules into smaller fat droplets. It is a non-enzymatic digestive juice and performs no enzymatic action. If you have missed our content on bile juice, check the link in the description or click here. This breakdown of fats into smaller globules increases the surface area for enzymatic action. The bile salts emulsify fats by decreasing the surface tension of fat molecules. Now moving on to the secretions that are poured into the small intestine, the first pancreatic juice. What does the pancreatic juice contains? Let us look at the reactions. The proteins and peptones are digested or broken down into dipeptides by the enzyme trypsin, chymotrypsin and carboxypeptidase. All these three enzymes are present in the pancreatic juice. The next enzyme present in pancreatic juice is amylase, which breaks down or digests starch into disaccharides. The third important enzyme is the lipase enzyme, which digests fat into diglycerides and monoglycerides. Nucleic acids are broken down into nucleotides by the enzyme nucleases, which is present in the pancreatic juice. Nucleotides are further broken down into nucleosides. So this was all about pancreatic juice. Now let us look at the intestinal juice and the reactions. Dipeptides are broken down into the simplest component amino acids by the enzyme dipeptidase that is present in intestinal juice. Maltose is degraded into glucose and glucose by the enzyme maltase. The enzyme lactase digests lactose into glucose and galactose. The enzyme sucrase present in intestinal juice digests sucrose into glucose and fructose. Nucleotides are broken down into nucleosides by the enzyme nucleotidases and further into sugars and bases by the enzyme nucleosidases. These two enzymes are also present in the intestinal juice. Di and monoglycerides are broken down into fatty acids and glycerol by the enzyme lipases. Now this is very important to understand here that all the components that are written on the right side of the reaction are the simplest unit. Now looking at the end products of digestion, carbohydrates present in the food are now digested into monosaccharides such as glucose, fructose and galactose. Protein present in the food were digested into their simplest component amino acids, and the fats are digested into glycerol and fatty acids. Screenshot time. Now looking at digestion in the large intestine, you may be surprised to know that no significant digestive activity occurs in the large intestine, and this is also related to the structure of the large intestine. Can you relate it to the video we have done on histology of alimentary canal and the structure of large and small intestine? If you have missed the video, check the link in the description or click here. So now moving further, this was all about digestion of food in the alimentary canal. So let's move on to do you know. The first point in do you know is, apart from nutrients such as carbohydrate, protein, lipid and vitamin, the diet must contain fiber-rich food that aids in easier bowel movement. Dietary fiber softens the stool and bulks it up. Dietary fiber also affects the gut bacteria. So apart from nutrient-rich food, you should also eat fiber-rich food that will improve your gut health. We hope that you like our content, and if it is so, don't forget to like, comment and share. And if you are new to our channel, don't forget to hit the bell button and subscribe. You are watching Burn Your Books, Open Your Mind.